Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. Today I wanted to do a review for you guys of this sexy beast right here, Dries Mertens. He was released yesterday in an SBC. There is a premium version and a regular version. We did the premium version. We were actually streaming live yesterday when he was released, and I was so excited when I saw him. Dries Mertens is one of my favorite footballers in real football. But he's also been epic for me this year in FIFA 20, his gold version. He had an inform. It was either week 1 or week 2. He had an inform that was just really strong. He had a shapeshifters card that was strong. Then he kind of dropped off a little bit, just mainly for me, it was because of his stamina. And then I was really sad when he didn't get a team of the season card, which, to be fair, he didn't have the greatest Serie A season. He did have a pretty good Champions League run, but when Gattuso came in for Napoli, kind of changed things around a little bit. But anyways, Mertens is here, and I wanted to let you guys know, is he worth it? I've had a chance to play with him for 13 games now, so is he worth it? Let's just get right to the presentation. Let me show you. Is he going to be worth doing? So this is who we're talking about right here, this sexy beast, Dries Mertens. Just look at those stats. Unbelievable. But does he hold up in game? And just let you know, as I said, he is an SBC. The good thing is the premium version is there until the end of FIFA 20. So however long you want to take to complete them, you can. The other good thing, though, is I do have the current footbin cost listed. You know, PlayStation 450,000, Xbox 417,000. But I will say this is the time of the year when we're getting a lot of red team of the season picks in our weekly rewards. So we may have a lot of extra 95, 94, 93 rated cards that we can throw into this SBC to really bring the cost down. So just keep that in mind when you see the cost. But I wanted you to know what type of capital you were giving up. And I guess that's part of it, too. You know, we want to know. Not a lot of the SBCs released lately have not been the greatest players. I know we got a Danny Ings today that looks pretty strong as well. But, you know, a lot of three-star players, and you just don't want to invest your red player picks in those. So we're hoping for these SBCs like Lucas, like Mertens, you know, really strong cards that we can put these high-value players in. And it looks like maybe I'm covering. Let me take myself off of this right now while we're going through this text, and then I'll bring myself back here in a second. But there's 4 parts to the SBC. 85, 85, 86, 88. That's what adds to the cost for everything. You know, just trying to give you like a little bit of a heads up of everything. What I did, I just left them on chemistry style basic. There were 4 things I really wanted to boost, and basic boosted 3 of them. It boosts sprint speed from 90 to 95, shot power from 91 to 96, and strength from 48 to 53. The one thing I wanted to boost that I couldn't with a basic, I'll cover that when I get to his weaknesses in just a second. But, you know, this is what I wanted to boost. I feel like basic. And it also, I play him as a central cam in a 4-2-3-1. That also is going to give him a little more passing, give him just a hint more defense. You know, my central cam is going to drop back a little bit, do some defending. Not that Mertens is going to be an epic defender or anything, but, you know, any stats that you can boost there are going to help. And here's Mertens' biggest strengths. And, you know, when we get to the clips, you'll see some of this. If you are a left stick dribbler, you will fall in love with Dries Mertens. The ball just is glued to his foot. He's just absolutely insane controlling the ball when you're just left stick dribbling. And for me, that's one of the most important things in FIFA 20, being able to left stick dribble, do those quick turns, because a lot of times, especially when we have poor gameplay, you need cards that can move quickly. And a lot of times if we have either a bulky player or someone who doesn't dribble well or doesn't control the ball well, by the time they've controlled it, especially in poor gameplay, someone has already taken the ball from them. The other thing that is really, really strong about Mertens is his movement in and around the box even. He makes moves without me even triggering him. He seems to get in the right space to bury goals, and so just been pretty epic. The other thing, what I would say with what I'm calling finishing variety, you know, he does have the finesse shot trait. He does have outside the foot shot trait. So, you know, he's able to score finesse goals. He's able to score power goals. You know, he's able to score weak foot goals. He's only 4-star weak foot, but he doesn't even feel like 4-star weak foot. You know, don't let that scare you. Don't feel like you have to get it on his right foot. Now, as far as weaknesses, and this is what is, should get there in a second. This is the other stat I wanted to boost, was his composure is 88. And I haven't noticed it that much, and I'm sure it's going to cost me at some point. But, you know, he's able to create his own space, so it doesn't really bother him that bad. I feel like, you know, like I said, there may be a time or two where that does impact him, but I feel like right now, you know, he's able to create his own space. and I'm not worried about it that much. The other thing that's a bit of a weakness is his stamina. It is boosted to 90, and maybe it's the way I play. I'm sure I could maybe either change him to striker, maybe just make him fully stay forward. I don't think I have stay forward on my cams. I ask a lot out of my central cam, so that may depend on the way you play. And it's not like I haven't subbed him off yet, but he is getting tired at around the 70 to 75th minute. He's been too good for me that I have not subbed him off, but that's just something to keep in mind. He is starting to ask for a sub around the 70th minute. But again, I ask a lot out of my central cam. I'm asking him to do a lot in attack. I'm asking him to do a lot on defense. I'm asking him to facilitate. I'm asking him to get all over the pitch. So it may not bother you, but just letting you know one thing for me that has been a minor weakness. And again, the composure hasn't been a weakness, but I would love to do it. And here's my current stats. He's played 13 weekend league games, 19 goals, 6 assists. So nearly a 2-goal a game or 2-point a game contribution. And now I am blocking it again. This is why I took my face off earlier. But playing central cam in a 4-2-3-1, I mentioned that already. So that's where I'm playing him. He could play striker. He could play wide. For me, I just want him to be on the ball as much as possible. My central cam and striker is what I ask the most out of. And even though he's not 5-star weak foot, like I have Douglas Costa, foot birthday, and a tall team of the season now, who are both 5-star weak foot, I would still rather have Mertens in the middle just with the way he moves with the ball. So what that gets into, the big question for everything is he worth it? And yes. So let me show you the clips. Let me get to it so you can see how he's been performing in game. I'll show you the things he does really well. And also, I guess before we get into it, if you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. Thanks for all the support from everybody. We do like to live stream some here on YouTube. We'll try to have videos a lot. And also on Twitter at petedaddy FIFA. I really appreciate it, but let's just get right into it. Let me show you the clips. And basically what happened, I probably should do more reviews. But I started playing weekend league with him, and he just started banging in goals. And I was just like, wait a minute, I better start filming some of this because he is just playing too epic for me right now that I need to share with the world. The other thing, let me just show you. Let me look this up real quick on my stats. Hold on. I've also had 5 rage quits out of those 13 games. So keep that in mind as well. It's not like it's been 13 90-minute games. There have been 5 rage quits out of the 13. So keep that in mind as well. He could have even higher stats based on that. So let's get back into it. So right here, you'll see Mertens is on the ball. He's the one who's controlling the ball right now. Passes it in to Lucas. And then, no, that wasn't Mertens on the ball. That was a tall. I'm sorry. Let me back this up a second because I thought I was on a different clip. Get it on forward here. But anyway, Mertens buries that one. But what this one is Mertens comes flying in. Mertens is in the back here, but you can see now Mertens is side by side with Lucas. I thought that was a different clip. I apologize for that. But Mertens, you can see here, is side by side with Lucas. I did not trigger him to make a run. He is just making this run on his own, presenting himself. And here, left-footed, weak-footed, just buries that goal for me. So here it is again, a replay. You can see Mertens just end up flying into the screen, presenting himself, didn't trigger the run, shows me he's available, and then buries that goal for me. So weak-footed goal, buries that one as well. Here's one, Mertens coming down the wing, and then this is why I'm saying he could play on the wing, and this is also another example. I ask a lot out of my central cam. I play my central cam on a free roam instruction, so sometimes he ends up wide, sometimes he's just in the middle, but here's one where he ended up wide, doing this normal stuff. He's got the acceleration to really just get by people. He feels quick on the ball, so he's able to get around, and just one of those. I don't really like these goals, these little just like drag back passes. It seems like they're so, like, sometimes it feels like you're defending them. So I don't want to get into a rant on anything right now, but, it feels like when you give them up, when you concede them, it feels like you're defending them perfectly, and then the ball just somehow finds it back. But there, Mertens, like I said, can play on the wing, just gets around, has the sprint speed, has the ball control, pops it right back out to, and that was a tall, I believe, who buried that one, able to fill that space behind. Here again, we have over to Douglas Costa, and then this is one. Now, sometimes I feel like my players in that situation, what sometimes happens is the strikers or the cam, they will go way up to the keeper, and then they will come back. But this one is where I'm talking about Mertens' attack positioning. It seemed like he does not go all the way to the keeper. He just kind of waits for that pass, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I remember, like, that was what we were learning early in the game. That's what it seems like, is that when you're trying to make that cutback pass, the striker will go all the way up, and then you kind of have to wait for him to drift back a little bit. But here, Mertens just doesn't even do that. He just seems to, like, stay in the right area waiting for the pass. And you can see, like, he just kind of held back right there, and then just an easy pass and then a tap-in goal right there. But if he would have went all the way into the keeper, then you don't have that area to be able to score. And then here's one, just give and go, and there's another weak-footed burial, just knocking it in. Just a 1-2. I believe that was with Douglas Costa, and then just left-footed, perfect shot. I must have put some type of finesse on that. I'm not for sure on that. And here's one showing Mertens. He does have some nice speed. Nice pass over to Lucas. Lucas fluffs his lines on that one, but that's okay. Just showing, I believe we were up in that game already, so it might have been a little bit of EA advantage going to my opponent there. But showing how Mertens is able to use his pace. He has plenty of pace to get forward, and then able to set up other opponents or other players. Here's one, another left-footed goal. Like I said, don't be scared to shoot with his left foot. Sometimes I feel like that can even, I don't want to say it's an advantage to not have a 5-star weak foot player, because it's not. But sometimes it makes your opponent think, okay, Mertens is right-footed. He's only going to go to the right. And, if you go to the left, then that can really trick your opponent a little bit. So when you're 5-star weak foot, obviously you can go either way. But sometimes I feel like your opponent will shade a certain way. Like, I know I do that with Messi. Like, if I'm playing against the Messi, I completely shade to his left side. And so if he does go right, then I'm kind of left in the dust, because I don't have, now Messi, I believe, is 4-star weak foot as well. So, I mean, he's buried goals against me with his right foot. I'm just saying the mindset of how you play. But here, Mertens, again, able to get to his left, able to bury it, no problem. I haven't really noticed any problems with his 4-star weak foot. Let's see what we've got going on here. Just passing around the back. And then there, Mertens, that was kind of a long shot. I believe that was outside the box. And that's what I'm talking about, just variety of goals. He can do those power shots. He can do finesse shots. And Allen just passing into him. This is one of the greatest ways to score. Nobody's really that concerned with him from that space. You're able to get space in that area, and he just buries that long-range power shot. And here, this is part of the dribbling in the box. I mean, just look at, oh my, I've got to watch that again. That's just ridiculous, Dries Mertens. So Mertens getting the ball in the box, twisting and turning left and right, drag back, opening up his space. And, if you get into that much space, then that composure stat's not going to be an issue. You're able to open that. I've got to see that one more time. That was just too pretty. Just Mertens getting it in the box. This is all left stick dribbling to a drag back and then just roofing it. That is really pretty. Dries Mertens, what a god. Just dribbling around. Nobody can keep up with him. Ramos is gone. Now he's completely open. It's kind of a weak shot. I mean, I don't want to say weak shot, a weak goal, I should say, because he didn't put a lot of power on it. He put more than enough power on it, but it like roofs it. I mean, just absolutely insane. See what we've got going on here. Look, and that's one. Let's watch that again. Watch this run from Mertens. I wish I could like circle Mertens or something, but this is from the last goal right here. But watch Mertens. I did not trigger this again, but I'll try to pause it here and watch that one pretty one here. Mertens is at the edge of the box right now. So if just for reference, he's right at the edge of the box, passing around, and then all of a sudden when it gets to the space, watch Mertens just dart into the open area, and there he is. He's gone. Look, I mean, if you just stop it right here, I mean, you can see, I don't know, that kind of looks like Laurent Blanc as the CB. I don't remember who the CB was, but that CB is called napping. He's not even defending. And there, Mertens gets it in this area with that much space. That's going to be a goal 99% of the time. And that near post shot, just too lethal. But that's what I love. Just the positioning he makes without having to trigger him all the time, which triggering runs is obviously important. But maybe it was Maldini. I don't know. Maldini got left in the dust. But triggering runs is always important. But sometimes when you're in that heat of the battle, you're not always able to trigger exactly what you want. You've got two guys coming in on you, and you're trying to trigger somebody. When you're trying to trigger someone, you're having to dribble kind of in a certain direction that may not be the way you want to go. So when you have a player that can move the way Mertens is moving, it makes a big difference. So there we have Cyprian and then Mertens. This is another one. That one was a little hard to see from here. You may see it better from the replay. Mertens was going one way in the box, just stops, turns around. It does get deflected a little bit, but I think he deserved the goal. But it comes down here to Mertens. Mertens right here from this area. Maybe could have even kept going, looking at it from this freeze here. But the center back maybe could have kept coming across. But Mertens just stops, turns around, has tons of space. Like I said, it does go off a center back's boot, but, he deserved that goal. And then here, again, just the movement, blasting it in, just beautiful. So Mertens just, working around, working your triangles in the box, getting into that space, blast this one in, past Ter Stegen. Another beautiful goal. Mertens again, that was pretty. That was pretty right there. I want to watch that. And again, this is all left stick dribbling right here. Look at this spin from Mertens. Oh my gosh, that was pretty. Whoa. That was incredible. Look at this spin, just left stick spin. Wow. Unreal. Dries Mertens, perfect space. And then again, I think I did a finesse shot there. He does have finesse shot trait, so that does help out a lot. Again, look at that movement in the box. Unreal. I mean, I feel bad watching these again, but my gosh, look at this. I mean, this is the one from before where he just did that spin. I must have had just an epic connection in this game because this next one looks like it's in the same game. Yeah, it's the same kid I'm going against. Here, Mertens again, just in the box. Just nobody can even stay in front of him. And that one was, again, I don't know if it's because of finesse shot trait that he's able to bang those in. I remember succinctly using finesse shot on that particular goal. And like it doesn't look that great, but I don't know if it's finesse shot trait is the reason it goes in. But you can see I'm kind of coming back a little bit and then just do a finesse shot. And he kind of bangs into some defender there, but he's still able to curl that around Ter Stegen into the back of the goal. And again, just movement in the box, nice pass over to Allen. I didn't even get a ton of assists with him. Usually my central cam gets a ton of assists and quite a few goals, but he got more goals than normal. And so likewise, he had less assists, but that was a really nice pass to Allen into space. He drew some defenders over, able to drop it over to Allen, and Allen buries that one. So so here it is. So Flashback Dries Mertens Premium. I highly, highly, highly recommend them, especially if you're a left stick dribbler. Now, he's not 5-star skill, so if you're just a skiller, if you're a 5-star skill move type of person, you may want. He would still be awesome for you, but you may not love him as much as I do. So, but if you're a left stick dribbler, if you can move around with your left stick, do that type of stuff. Mertens is absolutely insane. Some link ideas is Allen Flashback SBC. That one is available until the end of the year. They're both Napoli. The other one's Lorenzo and Essien team of the season. And the other one, I forgot to put it on here. I'd already edited everything before I remembered this one, but Raja Nainggolan, he's Belgian, and also he has a team of the season card, so he would have the Serie and Belgian, also a strong link with Nainggolan, who Nainggolan is still, for my money, probably the best box-to-box midfielder I've played with this year. Now, I haven't played with Renato Sanchez, and I'll just show you my team right here, but I haven't played with Renato Sanchez, who I really wanted to play with, and I haven't played with Paulinho, who I really wanted to play with, but I've played with Jordan Henderson. I've played with Nainggolan. I played with Van de Beek. Played with, a couple others, but Nainggolan has been my favorite box-to-box midfielder. And as far as this team goes, just to let you know, I'm playing a 4-2-3-1. I play Lucas. Lucas, is this a flashback? This is a Moments Lucas. So this Moments Lucas, who I completed him last weekend, I play him as my striker. I play Mertens as my central cam, and then Atal and Douglas Costa are my wide cams. I play Allen, and I play Cyprian as my CDMs. Cyprian is my more offensive-minded CDM, and he's probably, out of everyone on this team, he's the one I'm not in love with. He's solid, although I should say I've had some really good results where I think 11-2 right now. Yeah, 11-2 right now. And so maybe where he hasn't gotten involved in the attack some of my other CDMs. And maybe it's where he has medium work rates, but maybe that's helping my defense because I've had a lot of players there that are either high or high medium. So maybe they're getting a little too far up the pitch, a little too frisky attacking, and maybe Cyprian's holding back a little bit more, making my defense a little more stout. So I don't know, but that's just it. But and then here, just to show you, Mertens, 13 games, 19 goals, 6 assists, absolutely epic. Love this card a lot. And like I said, the only thing you could consider me. I think even Maestro though does not boost composure, but so I feel like basic is just the best. Getting that sprint speed boost, getting shot power boost. It's also, like I said, helping us passing out. That makes his short passing 99. Vision 99, long passing 91, curve 99, and ball control now becomes 99. And you get a little bit of defensive stats, not that it matters. His defensive awareness goes from 32 to 37, but, any defensive stat can help him when he's having to drop back and do just that little bit of defending I would ask him to do. But anyways, guys, this is going to wrap up the video. I just wanted to share with you about this Dries Mertens, let you know that he is worth it. And I guess one final point, what I would say, if you're kind of debating maybe between Lucas Moura and Dries Mertens. Now, Lucas Moura has been absolutely epic for me. You can see here, 60 games, 60 goals, 33 assists. And one thing I will say, a lot of Lucas Moura stats are from division rivals. And when you're playing Division I, division rivals, that is a lot harder to get goals than it is weekend league. So, I'm sure when I get Mertens into division rivals, he's not going to be scoring at that 2 point a game, getting 2 points of contribution per game. But Lucas has been absolutely epic for me as well. But what I would say, or the point I was trying to make, if you're kind of deciding, or if you have limited red options and you're maybe deciding between Lucas or Dries Mertens, I would say Dries Mertens is a much better value, even though I do highly recommend Lucas. Lucas is a lot more expensive. You have to put a lot more into him. I want to say he's around 1 million coins of value. I don't know if that's still where he's at, but that when I completed him, he was right around 1 million coins of value. I was able to do him for about 50,000 coins out of actual spend. I had a ton of reds. Mertens, I had to spend a little bit more because part of my club, and I completed them on stream yesterday. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Just wanted to share this with you guys. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to follow me on Twitter and follow me everywhere, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.